Morning, everybody. My name is Shravan Kumar. I am your PET teacher. I hope you all are good and safe. Today we are going to study Physical Education of Class 12, Chapter number 1, and the name of the chapter is Planning in Sports. Let us quickly cover the content of this chapter that we are going to study in this chapter. First one is meaning of planning. Second, objective of planning. Third, planning in sports. Fourth, various committees and their responsibilities. Fifth, tournament. Sixth, importance of tournament. Seventh, types of tournament. Then after, advantages and disadvantages of tournaments. Then after, procedure to draw fixture. Then after, intramural and extramural. Meaning of intramural and extramural, objectives and its significance. At last, that we will study in this chapter is specific sports program. Today we will cover only the first three topics: meaning of planning, objective of planning, and planning of sports. So let us begin with planning. What does planning means? Planning means thinking in advance what is to be done, how is to be done in order to achieve the desired or set objectives. It means we have to pre-decide in advance in order to achieve that target. For an example, if we take in case of study, do you make a schedule of when to study a subject and how many hours to devote to it so that you can achieve your desired or set result that you want in the upcoming examination. So it means you have to pre-decide, you have to pre-plan your strategy. Now what does planning importance in sports? In sports, planning can be related to the process of sports training. Sports training means we will train the participants, like we will take care of his strength, endurance, flexibility, agility, so that his all the component of fitness will get developed and he will perform better in order to win the competition. So for winning a competition, planning must be needed. Various committees are there which work for making a tournament success. The committees are Public Committee, Boarding and Lodging Committee, Transport Committee, Reception Committee, Announcers, Committees for Officials, First Aid Committee, many more are there, Refreshment and Entertainment Committee, Reception Committee, Transport Committee. Now the third one is, what is the objective of planning? It means why planning is needed. What is the significance of planning? There are 6 points. We will go one by one. So let us begin with first point: to avoid last minute hassle. It means to avoid last minute problem. What does this sentence means? The purpose of planning is to execute any program in a streamlined manner so that it runs smoothly from start to finish. An event like a sporting tournament involves a large number of people. Apart from the organizing committee and the players, there will be sports officials, audiences, guests, media persons, and many more. The comfort interest of all these groups have to be taken into account. Furthermore, the match have to be held on time. Since they are conducted live, the organization cannot afford to any last minute problems, any last minute sleeps they cannot afford. That is why planning is vital in order to make the tournament success. Now the second point is to efficiently supervise all activities. What does it mean? A sports tournament consists of multiple activities: opening and closing tournaments, entertainment programs, matches, interviews, boarding and lodging of guests, maintenance of ground, equipment, etc. A good committee take note of these components, delegate subcommittees how to handle each of them and supervise them efficiently. Third point, to coordinate successfully. There need to be sound coordination between each committee in order to make a tournament grand success. For example, the boarding and lodging committee must be in touch with the transport committee so that the invitees and the participants can travel from the place of stay to the venue of the sports without any problem. Similarly, the program committee must work with the announcement and ceremony committees so that what happens on the stage live in front of an audience is free of flaws. There should not be any problem. It is important to plan the coordination between these groups in advance. Only then the program can run successfully. There will not be any problem at the last moment. Now, the fourth point, to avoid mistakes. What does this line means? Though mistakes are bound to happen, they can be happen, but we must take certain measures in order to control that mistakes. The object of planning is to ensure that there are as few of them as possible. A poorly planned event will leave everyone from the guests to the organization, everyone from the spectators also, they will feel unsatisfied. It will also create a bad impression for the organization and they will lose their credibility. Therefore, a detailed planning must be important in case of sporting events. In order to bring or in order to create an event successful, a planning must be needed to make room for innovation. The fifth point, what does it mean? The process of planning itself creates a space for bringing up ideas to make the event more interesting. This is, however, possible when the planning committee communicates openly with its member and welcome their suggestion and cooperation. Then only new innovation come into existence. The last point, sixth point, to get the best performance out of the participants. These lines means if the entire event is properly planned and efficiently executed, if all the events are planned properly and executed properly, it leaves the player free to focus on their performance. They can easily focus on their performance. They don't have to worry about irregularities like poor equipment, match not beginning on time, lack of officials, lack of technology, and many more are there. As the planning committee taking care of these elements, they can concentrate on their competition and give their best, and they can also win the match. That's all for today. The next two topic that we will cover in the next class. Thank you. Stay safe and blessed.